Hey everybody, this is Tony with Class Eagles. I hope you're having a great day. Something you hear a lot with players on their development and and with teams and kind of working to advance. Your level of play is working on what is called advanced skills, or when to move on to working on advanced skills. And I always find this concept interesting to talk about, and what that really means. And I think in a lot of people's minds, when you talk about advanced, you talk about more complicated, harder things to do with the soccer ball, and that's understandable. A lot of times people have those in mind, the activities you might see on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, where you see coaches and players doing very difficult things with the soccer ball, and those are advanced skills. But when you're talking about player development and advancing skill, for me, it's not about the more difficult activities to do, more complicated activities. It's really when you talk about advancing skill and having more advanced skill, it's being able to do the very basic, simple things at a very high rate of speed, with a lot of control, under pressure, and limited time and space. That's what it really means about having advanced skills. So when you talk about advancing your ability to play the game, that's really what you're trying to do. You're constantly trying to be a little bit faster, have more control, and be able to do what the game demands you to do with less time and space, under more pressure, with less options. That's really the goal in training. A lot of times when players are working, they'll ask, "I want to do something in more advanced," and really that's what you're trying to get to. When players are playing at a very high level, you look at professional players. This is something that this is what they can do. They can do the very simple, basic things flawlessly, consistently, under tremendous pressure, at a very high rate of speed, without really thinking about it much. So when you're talking with players and coaches and teams about getting better and advancing your level of play, this is really what you're trying to do. I know the harder, trickier skills and the things you see in complicated activities and training sessions, are fun to do, and they're great, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to really advancing your skill, that's not the point. A lot of players only feel they're getting better if they can do some of those tricks that they see online, and really that's not the indication of improving as a player. It's that ability to really play at speed under intense pressure of the game. It's advancing your vision of the field. That for me is advanced skill, is having tremendous vision, being able to play with your head up, being able to see the game. That's a sign of a very high level player. In terms of their understanding of the game, what to do in different situations, where to move on the ball, off the ball. These are the things I think of when you talk about advanced skills, because really this is how you advance your level of play. The tricky and complicated things that you see online are fun and they're great, but not really an indication of a high level player and really advancing and working on advancing your skills. So it's a very, you know, kind of a complicated kind of subject at times when you look at what that really means. And you hear people talk about doing advanced training, and really what advanced training is helping a player advance from where they currently are in their ability to do what the game demands, and continue to elevate the speed in which they can do it, the control and comfort level they have, while increasing their speed, and again being able to perform these skills, or do what the game asks, with very limited time, space, and under tremendous pressure. That is really what advanced skill is, in the game of soccer, and in a lot of other sports as well. But that should really be the focus. So when you're having that conversation about or you're looking for advanced training, or you're looking to do things to help your team advance their level of play, it's not necessarily moving to more complicated, more difficult things. It's really continue to add and making the game more difficult by request and working with the players to try to play at a faster pace, try to play with more control at that faster pace, and then again doing what the game is asking to do with less time, under more pressure, maybe less options. Those are the things that really help a player advance their skills, and really what advanced training looks like. So if you're ever looking and talking about working on advanced skills, it's not finding the most complicated and difficult thing you've seen somebody do online. It's really doing this very simple thing that you've learned from the very start of playing the game, and just doing it at an incredibly high rate of speed with great control. And again, just challenging yourself and be able to do it with less time, space, and under more pressure.